hot.
Hot. Okay. Hi. We're trying the Devour frozen meals. For some reason,
You guys love them.
We've never thought about them, and y'all love them. You've been screaming at us to try them, and honestly, they look good.
What do you think it is about the Devour meals that everybody's freaking out about so much?
I'm hoping they have more flavor than other frozen meals. We tried the white cheddar mac and cheese with bacon.
We will be trying again.
Which we will be trying again. We didn't love it when we tried it. We didn't think it was that good. But these look better than that. I'm hoping they're really delicious. I will right off the bat say these are the first ones. Our intern is cooking the rest of them.
We've got 10 altogether.
The portions are a little small for me. Is that kooky?
I think that's enough for lunch.
I guess that's true. I'm just like, and you know what? If you threw some frozen broccoli in that would be like a nice little meal. And they're not crazy in calories, you know? Other than this,
they've got a lot of protein.
That's great.
23 grams of protein.
People probably love that. You know, like this Cajun Alfredo pasta one is only 420 calories for the package. That being said, sodium's still high, 1,020 milligrams.
And I would want to add rice to that.
Sure, yeah. I think some of them like could use a little oomph. Maybe let's start over here since you just microwaved that one and I'm scared of it.
Okay.
I
do think it's interesting also, I will note, there are breakfasts in here too.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, great.
Okay, so first we got which one?
Looks delicious. This is the Cajun style Alfredo with sausage and chicken. I mean, the chicken is nice. It has little grill marks on it. It's big. It's cheesy. Oh, it smells Cajun.
Very Cajun. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
There's an all-day breakfast coming at us.
I think that is scrumptious.
The pasta is really silky and has like, it's actually al dente, which is impressive for a frozen meal. I like how peppery that sauce is a lot. The sausage is pretty good. It's a little grainy, but it's not too bad. Got a lot of like that green and red pepper flavor.
I really like it.
Really good.
It reminds me of something I used to get at TGI Fridays in a good way.
I don't think I've ever been to a TGI Fridays.
I think I've said this before on here, but I choked on a mozzarella stick at a TGI Fridays.
How were you eating the mozzarella stick? Just straight now.
I don't remember. I was a child, and I remember I was really nervous because the girl who babysat me sometimes when I was younger, and it's so funny because as people always say, like, I thought she was like 30 years old. Right. Come to find out that I was 12 and she was 15. I thought she was like a full adult.
She's just a peer. Yeah.
I had such a huge crush on her, and she was my teacher's daughter.
Aww.
And she also worked part-time at Applebee's.
This girl's hustling.
Or not Applebee's. What did I say?
TGI
Fridays. And I ate the mozzarella stick, started to choke on it. My mom had to give me the Heimlich, and like she watched the whole thing.
That is very embarrassing.
Really
Nobody
not
will ever
good.
love you if they see you get the Heimlich.
Really not good.
Not attractive. You might as well just die.
Truly, that's what it felt like. But I love this. I think
that's quite good.
I would buy this. I'm not a big like frozen meal person at home, but
no, but I would eat it. That's for sure.
If I was a nurse working a night shift, this would keep me awake.
And like for lunch in an office or something, like that's a cozy meal.
Yeah, you live in Seattle. It's a rainy day. Come on. Also, I think
ASMR with microwave meals. Imagine the snow outside. A cartoon is playing on the television. Yes. That's always the way they're on my ASMR videos for some reason.
I love that. I also think the chicken tastes good. The quality of the chicken,
which is hard to do. A lot of
microwave meals don't do that.
Smush. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Moving on to
this is the smokehouse meat and potatoes with chicken, bacon, and sausage. I'm skeptical. This is just potatoes and sausage and chicken with some corn.
It looks like something I would cook when I was like a little bit hungover or something like that.
Yeah, there's no pasta, no rice.
The corn is so sad. There's just like five kernels of corn. Oh, very sweet.
Very sweet.
I don't like it.
But I don't think it's bad.
It's not bad. Here's what it is. It is a 23-year-old who just learned how to cook and had some leftovers and put them in a wok and thought, what if I just douse this with barbecue sauce? Is that a meal? And I think if you add some microwave rice, I think the answer is like, yeah, it's a meal.
I think it's too sweet for both of us.
Yes.
I think this needs some hot sauce.
Yeah.
Some Worcestershire sauce. I don't know, something to make it not so sweet.
So much sauce too.
See, I don't think there's that much sauce. I think
when you have that kind of sweetness, and you just start adding more stuff onto it, it's just gonna be like,
you're not wrong.
yeah.
I wouldn't buy it, but I think someone would buy this. I don't think the quality is bad. I think, once again, nice chicken for a microwavable meal, not
nice
spongy
sausage,
at all.
Again, the corn is a little chewy.
We need more corn.
I think more. I think if it had just like a big old base of corn, if it was like a corn bowl.
We would love to see a corn bowl.
Give me a corn bowl.
I was thinking maybe if there was some green beans in here or something. Like, I don't know. It just leaves a little to be desired.
It just looks like the start of something.
Yeah, it's a concept, not a finished product.
There you go.
Pesto ravioli with spicy Italian sausage. So this has 670 calories.
There's
it's one of the higher ones.
so much sauce in here.
And it's very oily looking. Yeah. But 29 grams of protein.
That's a lot.
All right. It smells good. It's so oily.
It's just the oiliest, smushiest.
I think when you do pesto in something that's going to be cooked, you have to make a less oily pesto.
Yeah. This kind of looks like, both the pastas look like an airplane meal, and not a bad way, because I do like airplane pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, salty.
Okay.
It's so salty. Oh my god.
But I think it tastes good. Do you not?
No, I do. I just think it's just a lot of salt. I think it's too oily too. But I think the flavors are there. I think if it was a richer, like, the problem is, what this is more of a like pesto flavored Alfredo,
Yeah.
rather than a pesto, which I want to be kind of like chunky and creamy and smooth. And this is just cheese and oil and basil.
Now, what I will say is, I think the ravioli quality is nice.
I think the ravioli is quite good.
I think the flavor is good.
Yes.
I think if it was less salty, less oily, and I think they should have just made this a vegetarian meal.
I get the sausage seems like a
Sausage does
weird
nothing.
afterthought. It kind of looks like bacon, but it's not.
And also, like, isn't necessarily like a complimentary flavor. Once again, it's not bad, but it's just
like,
not like
chicken and basil, you know,
Sure.
even. But like
shrimp.
oh god, I would love some shrimp in there.
Come on.
I love shrimp.
Well, shrimp. Oh, I love shrimp.
I love shrimp so much.
What's your favorite type of shrimp?
I like in what way? Cooked?
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah, not like breed of shrimp.
No, I got opinions there too.
No.
I still like I like a salt and pepper shrimp. I like any sort of shrimp where it's encouraged for me to eat the whole thing,
the
shell and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm going to do it anyway.
If you've been a fan of this channel, this website for a while, you will know that Justine and I are shell eaters and tail eaters. And not everyone is, and there will be people in the comments being like, why would you eat the tail? It's
you guys are garbage
gross.
disposals.
What's wrong with you? Okay. Why not eat the tail?
I'm
It's
gonna eat
there.
the tail.
If it's seasoned,
Crunchy, little bit of meat in it.
we're real shrimp lovers.
Oh, good. How do you eat your shrimp?
Oh, I mean,
I'll eat
any
any shrimp,
way I can get shrimp. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any way I can eat shrimp, I will eat it. My favorite is, well, shrimp and grits is one of my favorite foods.
Sure.
So that is like ideal for me. New Orleans does like a barbecue style shrimp that isn't really barbecue. It's more like lemon and butter and Worcestershire. I love that. But I love a coconut shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
I love a salt and pepper shrimp. I
do love a shrimp cocktail. And
shrimp
I will
cocktail?
always, like, I can somehow justify a cost. Like, in my head.
Sure.
It's like 6 shrimp and it costs $25. And I'm like, I guess this is what life is right now. But there is something about getting a shrimp cocktail at a restaurant that you just can't do at home.
And when it comes out, you feel like a 1920s movie star.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? They bring it to your table and you're like, okay, I might as well be sitting here with Frank Sinatra, who I'm having an affair with. Like,
and
that's
it's
what it
literally
feels
just
like.
cocktail sauce from a jar.
Who cares?
Poured into a martini glass or whatever. And I'm like, but come on.
Something about it is so good.
Even after the because I still do think of the Beetlejuice scene where they're like,
Oh, with the fingers? I love that.
But it doesn't turn me off. It feels better.
I think shrimp fingers is fun and not
You
upsetting.
eat shrimp fingers.
How do you feel about the new Beetlejuice movie coming out?
I think
This
it
is
looks
tortellini Alfredo with Italian sausage. And now, please tell me.
I was not interested when I heard that it was coming out, and then I saw the trailer, and it looks nice and practical, and it's like effects and everything, and it looks very like old school Tim Burton, and that to me feels good. And I like seeing Winona Ryder, and I like seeing Michael Keaton. And I do not care that they have a daughter. It would have they don't have I don't know. I don't know the plot.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. I was like, they have a daughter together?
They have a secret daughter. No, I just don't care about it. Like, they didn't need to do a next generation for me because it's just been them again.
I mean, yeah,
What do you
absolutely. My guess is that it's gonna be bad,
Yeah.
but my hope is that it's gonna be good. I think Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice is such an unreal performance.
Yeah.
Like
It's
when
very
you
good.
watch
It seems
it,
like he's tapping into it again. It seems like it's just been like right below the surface the whole time.
what
And he
I'm
looks
hoping.
good because you can just put him in all that makeup. It's not like you're like, but Beetlejuice got old. He has
Beetlejuice
moss
was
on his
old,
face.
yeah.
He's fine. He can look that way. This is also very salty, but I do think again the pasta is not too mushy, and that's nice. And the cheese inside actually tastes like something, which is impressive.
But once again, I agree with every single thing you said.
And then there's random sausage.
I don't think the sausage is that good. And not only do I don't think it's good. I don't think the quality is good. I don't like the flavor that much. I don't like the texture. I think it doesn't really add anything.
You know, I gotta say I'm also not a massive Alfredo fan.
Okay, I don't eat it that much, but I think it's fine.
It will never be the pasta sauce I choose first.
What is it?
What is it? I do like to do a half and half pesto marinara.
Yeah, okay. I love a vodka.
I do like vodka. I do like vodka a lot.
I love a vodka. I love an arrabbiata. A little spicy.
A little spicy. I haven't
marinara.
been able to have spicy for so long because of children.
What's wrong with them?
Who think everything's spicy.
That's like my
that's what I
fiance.
used to do. I used to have a nice spicy, a lot of capers, a lot of olives.
Listen, sometimes someone comes into your life and they can't handle spicy.
At least one of them does like capers. One of them will just eat capers by the handful.
I love that.
Yeah.
They'll be freaks. Just make them keep eating it.
More.
Just be like, try this spicy stuff, and
I
then
did
they'll.
put martini olives in one of their lunches the other day.
Oh,
Not
great.
like dunked in gin or anything, but I was like, you're fine. It was them.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, this is chicken cordon bleu, mac and cheese with chicken. So that means there's a creamy Swiss cheese sauce.
There's a lot going on
I'm
in that.
burping already. Pieces of uncured ham and white meat chicken. Why just white meat? I
mean, a chicken cordon bleu is only made with a breast.
I know, I get it, but this just brings me back to like the early 2000s when all of a sudden everything was like 100% white meat chicken, as if dark meat chicken is bad.
Yeah.
When it's
where all the fat is.
Better.
I know, but now everybody knows. Now everybody's like, chicken thigh freak, and now chicken thighs are expensive.
Ooh.
Okay, here's the thing. There's like 3 pieces of chicken in here.
I will say, yeah,
There's a lot of ham.
They're not necessarily generous with the chicken portions. And it makes me feel like I'm supposed to cut
There's
the chicken.
lines on it.
And I don't like why would I cut the chicken in a frozen meal? Do you know what I mean?
Microwaving a meal. Don't ask me to use a knife. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do ham. Ham.
The chicken is way too big. I would have to take like kitchen scissors to it. But I think this tastes good.
It does taste good. The ham is good. The ham is
Ham is
really
good.
nice, like decent quality ham, and that kind of is the main flavor that you get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously this is salty, but it's not. I actually don't think this one is too salty.
I agree. It's not as salty as the other
Swiss
ones.
cheese sauce. I mean, obviously, that
Yeah.
makes sense, but like that's fun.
It was fun, and I would have assumed this one was the saltiest because of the ham.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I would take another bite of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I do
once
think
again,
more chicken, smaller chicken. Yeah.
more smaller chicken, yes. But once again, pasta quality.
Good. Not mushy.
Hachi-chachi.
Actually, pretty much al dente.
Okay.
The reveal.
Oh, this is breakfast. All day breakfast. Spicy chorizo queso. I got too horny saying it. I said it all wrong. Spicy chorizo queso hash. Roasted potatoes, chorizo, eggs, roasted red peppers, jalapeno queso, sauce, and jalapeno queso sauce. I said it weird. And mozzarella cheese. It's hard because they like capitalize certain words too. So it's like jalapeno queso and then sauce is all in lowercase. Smells good. You're skeptical?
No.
A microwave egg is scary to me.
It is mush, but I actually kind of like that it's mush.
I
think the mozzarella is what's the interesting addition to me.
Yeah,
here.
why jalapeno queso sauce and mozzarella?
Mozzarella.
But if this is good and you could just put this in a taco, that would be great.
Oh, good call. Oh, those potatoes are so mushy.
Yeah, but they're not like grainy necessarily.
The one I got was a little grainy.
Oh wait, the one I had was fine.
That pepper tastes a little off to me too.
Getting a lot of pepper skins too, which I don't like.
I don't mind them. I think this is all just the same texture.
It's not bad.
No, and I do think if you smush this into a tortilla, I would happily eat it. But on its own, it's just too easy to... It's just so... those potatoes are just so grainy for me.
Yeah. You could have this after you had some kind of like oral surgery and be fine.
Yeah,
it's
you could
very
slurp
soft.
it through a boba straw.
Yeah.
It is spicy. It's a little bit spicy.
I think the flavor is good. I'm just like, I don't know. I wouldn't buy it. It's not giving me anything that I couldn't make myself. And I think there are probably better... Not I think. We've had better frozen breakfast options.
Good frozen breakfast options.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It, again, just feels like a partial meal somehow.
Yeah, some of these ones that don't have like rice or something. And also at first I was like, oh, they're low carb. That's why they don't have a rice or whatever. But they're chock full of potatoes, so they're not low carb. So I don't get it. What is this one? Who is she? Creamy bacon Alfredo mac and cheese with chicken.
Okay, is this the one we had before? No. Maybe?
No, I think we had a white cheddar mac and cheese.
Okay, this is different. A different white mac and cheese.
This has a garlic Alfredo sauce, applewood smoked bacon, mozzarella. What, do they have stock and mozzarella cheese? What's going on? And once again, chicken chunks far too big. I think they think that's luxurious, and I get what they're going for.
They want you to be able to see the stripes on it, the grill marks, as if it was actually grilled. There is more chicken in here, at least, than
there is
one.
in some of the other ones. But I'm just like,
big.
That's too big.
I'm gonna chop it. There's not enough bacon. Talking about pieces of bacon, I can barely see the bacon.
I mean, yeah, look at this. It's chock full of bacon. Look at that fork. There's so much bacon on it.
I have to hunt for bacon in here. I did, like, barely. These are not pieces. These are bacon crumbs.
It's hot.
I think that is about as middle of the road as you can go.
Yeah.
The chicken is like fine. The pasta is fine. The sauce is cheesy.
I think the textures are good. So if you don't like flavor, but still want, then there are people like this.
I know. If nosmiacs out there.
Yeah, if you don't like flavor, but you like a pleasant texture, like the pasta is well cooked. The chicken texture is good. You get a little of the bacon flavor, but it's mostly just like creamy, soft, but it's like well prepared. But once again, I would have to put hot sauce on this, which would add to the sodium of the already 840 milligram. How much sodium are you supposed to have in one day?
Less than that.
Do you know?
Maybe. No.
Do your phone?
I try not to learn it.
I try not to learn it.
Okay, Google. How much sodium should I have in a day? Said, how much sodium should I have in a day? It's a lot. Well, that's not what I'm asking.
However, the dietary guidelines for Americans recommends adults limit sodium intake to less than 2,300 milligrams per day.
Okay, so 2,300 milligrams a day or less is what is recommended. However, Americans, shut up, Google. Americans also apparently, we eat over 1,000 milligrams more than that a day. But
and this has
2,300,
1,180 milligrams. But so one of these meals is half your daily sodium. So unless you're doing kind of like all homemade, watching your sodium after this.
Right. And I'm not. I'm gonna go home and lick a salt rim.
Yeah. Justina.
What we got?
Let's see.
Oh, this is an interesting texture. It's kind of like pocket.
It's done the crackly thing. Actually, can you stir it? I don't like it. It's bothering my tryptophobia.
It really is, I know.
This is a buffalo style chicken mac and cheese.
Okay, I've got big old weird chunks of chicken in here too.
Why not just call it buffalo chicken mac and cheese? Thank you.
Buffalo
this
style.
is pasta shells in a creamy buffalo style cheddar cheese sauce.
This is not creamy.
Does the city of Buffalo have some kind of
They might be
trademark on
litigious.
it?
We might have to go back through our articles and put a little trademark symbol next to the word buffalo.
Yeah. This one is the first one to have breaded chicken.
Yeah.
And it has rich blue cheese. I like that they include blue cheese. A lot of stuff that's buffalo does not include blue cheese because so many people don't like it.
I like shells too.
I like shells fine.
Nice.
I don't think about them very often. Where's the chicken?
There's a big chunk right there.
That one's too big. Here's a smaller one.
Why are you breading it?
You don't like that?
It's very hot. The breading is absolutely adding nothing but mush. But I think it does taste buffalo style. And I appreciate a little bit of that tang. But that chicken...
Adding the breading is such a wrong choice. Mistake. But, once again, I mean, This company really has cooking pasta on
No,
lock.
they're doing really well at pasta, and I gotta say, I like that they're using a lot of shapes too.
Yeah, whoever's in the department in charge of figuring out how to cook the pasta in these meals and like
Really well
how
done.
long to cook them deserves a raise.
Yeah.
Because this might be the best cooked pasta I've had in a frozen meal.
100%, yes.
But I like the taste. Are you getting blue cheese at all? I'm getting a little something.
I think I'm getting a little bit more tang,
Yes.
maybe than I would otherwise. But
Yes.
definitely not seeing like, there's not chunks of. This is a very misleading image on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the picture is showing you like big pieces of blue cheese, and it's just not happening.
Okay.
Oh, I'm getting tired.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Got one more.
We got one more. Okay, who's she? This is a breakfast item. Yeah, all day breakfast. Oh man, steak and eggs with creamy gravy. It has roasted potatoes, eggs, roasted red onions,
Oh, man.
Angus beef, black pepper gravy, applewood smoked bacon, and cheddar cheese.
The Angus beef, the steak cubes in here are not how I like to think about cows.
This one only has 380 calories. Kind of shocking to me. Not what I thought.
Well, potatoes are low. Eggs, not too much.
I guess so. I guess I'm thinking gravy, bacon,
Remember
steak.
Kevin Smith only ate potatoes and lost all that weight. I think about it
That's wild.
Probably
I had
every
forgotten
day.
about that until just now.
because I used to eat a sad potato every day at work. I would just bring a raw potato. I would poke it with a fork. I would put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and I would eat it out of a paper cup with whatever we had around the offices. And
Did you get reported to HR for bumming everyone out like that?
I would do, oftentimes I have Greek yogurt and like a can of sardines and like whatever seasonings. And then I would just eat it out of my cup. This is back when we had cubicles that had walls, so nobody had to see me do this.
I think it could be fun.
It was nice for me.
Part of this is a
But
little
anyway,
cold. Do you want me to nuke this for longer?
I guess so.
Yeah, hold on. Please hold. Justine, entertain them.
Okay, let's go back to sad potato lunch. I did it for years, and it was back when I, was like an editorial assistant and an assistant editor, and I wasn't making a lot of money, but I was able to bring my potato in and microwave it and have a hot, fresh, yummy lunch. And it didn't hurt that I was working at Food and Wine magazine at the time, so I was able to raid the kitchens once in a while just for like some little like crumbs of leftovers to put on my sad potato lunch. It turns out if I had done this like maybe a long time ago, I could have like for content, like I could have
Hashtag
been
sad potato
that
lunch.
instead of cucumber guy, like could have been me, but
Yeah.
for potatoes.
That's true. What do you think the next big thing is going to be?
Besides cucumbers now, I'm so sick of seeing the cucumber guy.
I like him.
I like him too. I'm just he's everywhere, but he is very pleasing. I think celery deserves some time in the sun.
Nobody's going to do that, though. What are they going to do with it?
I don't know. Chop it, shake it with stuff.
With what?
Whatever. It's good. Sesame oil
Chopped cucumbers and sesame oil?
and some soy sauce and some torgashi. What was the other one that was brought in? Nothing yet.
Nothing. I'm just having
Okay,
another
we're just
bite of
eating
this.
now.
I'm
Okay,
just
tell me
noshing.
about your favorite pasta shape.
Bucatini is my favorite pasta shape. I love the texture of it. I love that the sauce gets into the hole. If you're not familiar, it's like a spaghetti, but there's a hole in the center of it. Thick. Love the texture. Love that the sauce gets into the hole. And now you can get it more regularly places, but you could like only get it at like a cool Italian restaurant or whatever.
Sure.
So it felt very special. At home, I'm buying like this. What is this? Gemelli.
Gemelli, good word.
I like that.
I like gemelli a lot. I
I
like
like
it.
what I don't like.
You know what you don't see a lot anymore?
Tell me.
Radiatore. Which I
That's
really
fun.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the edges of lasagna a little bit.
Which I
almost,
love.
right?
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
I like a bow tie pasta,
Oh yeah.
which is really controversial.
Why?
I feel like a lot of people don't like bow tie because they think it's beneath them.
Why?
I don't know, because it's not fancy.
Oh, feels fancy. Now we gotta call it the farfalle then.
Farfalle. I forgot that's what it's called. Also, you know what I love?
Mm.
The frozen cheese ravioli from Target.
I've never had. How big?
like normal.
Okay.
They're circular like
Maybe you
these.
can get the big, it's like sometimes they're too big.
No. These are like
Trader
smaller,
Joe's
like
does
bite
really big
size.
ones,
No. And these are like frozen. Like
Okay.
these are not like, they're not doing elevated flavors.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not whatever. This is just like frozen
Straight up
cheese
cheese.
ravioli. There are better ones. There was a brand that I ate growing up in South Florida that we would get at an Italian grocery store that I think is our number one frozen ravioli. It's called like Dicella or
Yes.
something. Yeah. I love that still, but I can't always find it, so I'll get the Target one. It is like my ultimate depression meal. Or if I'm like sick and can't really bring myself to eat much, just like that with a little butter and then a little Cavender's, which is a Greek seasoning blend that is very popular in New Orleans for whatever reason.
I haven't had it.
It's very, I have to bring you some. You would
dilly?
really like it. No.
Okay.
It's I would say it's like a cousin to Tony Chachere's,
Okay.
where it's kind of like a seasoning blend where nothing really specific stands out.
It's all just-
You're not like, oh, there's that. It's like, I guess like, you know, salt, black pepper. I would have to assume like maybe a little dried oregano,
Yeah.
but I don't love dried oregano, so that's not heavy in it. Sure, there's maybe like a little sugar in it. It's just like you taste it and you're like,
Just kind of amps up some
like
flavors.
it's just, yeah, something about it. You're just like, I grew up like putting it on all kinds of stuff, but that's always how I've made like my buttered noodles and my buttered pasta.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That sounds nice.
I don't know. Shout out in the comments if you've had Cavender's and if you like it and what its deal is.
I am a big defender of angel hair, and that is my, if I'm gonna eat like a plain pasta, I love, you do like on the bottom of the bowl,
Okay.
olive oil, powdered or grated Parmesan cheese.
Well, which one?
And
If you had to pick.
it's, well, for this on the bottom, it's great. It's the
It's the
not
powder.
powdered, but it, it's the
It's like the
granular.
Parmesan cheese dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That on the bottom with a little bit of butter. So then you put the angel hair on top of that. Then you stir that all up. Then you do the grated Parmesan on top.
Duo of parm.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
So yummy. Okay. Back to the steak. The steak's cubes just look so gray and cubey. It's like it's not even showing up.
I think the texture on this one is better than the texture on the, sorry, this is the breakfast one. We microwaved it for another second. Now it's back.
Tastes like corned beef.
Sure. I
That's
think the
not bad.
texture on it is better than the texture on the one with the queso.
Because there actually is some texture.
But I don't like the flavor as much, but I don't dislike the flavor. I don't know, the breakfast ones I think are just like,
It just kind of tastes like salted.
I don't
cream.
think it's where Devour shines.
No.
You know?
I think it's got a nice little bit of black pepper, which I appreciate, but I think calling that steak and eggs is doing a disservice
It's
to
generous.
steak.
I wish we saw
much.
more frozen meals with grits in them.
100%. I think the most of the country is still anti-grits for some reason.
I think most of the country doesn't know about grits. You know what I mean?
There was a push for polenta a few years ago.
Yeah.
That just like, it felt like it really didn't go anywhere. I went to an Italian restaurant once that did like on the table, like they just like slopped polenta on the table and then
Okay.
did like different sauces on it and different toppings or whatever, and then
Yeah.
we would kind of just went at it. And I guess I like that because I love
Slop.
polenta and I do like slop and I do like eating off a table. But the whole time I was eating it, all I could think of was like, whose sad job it is to like clean this disgusting
They
table.
didn't put like a wax paper down on it like they do at like a crab restaurant.
Maybe they did. In my head, they absolutely didn't.
You're just licking off the raw table.
But even if I did put it on there, it's full liquid. This isn't
Sure.
like a solid
not like a crab,
things on
yeah.
there. Like this is stuff that's just spreading out.
Oh, yeah.
But that's when they were really trying to be like polenta. It's cool.
I liked polenta. I'm kind of glad the polenta push didn't work because I always get annoyed when something that is like a poor American thing. Not to say polenta's very popular in Italy, but in terms of like it being brought to America, I think they were like, thank you so much. They were like, oh, this poor American thing, that's not cool.
Alex,
Let's make it.
Alex, that was it, right? We're all done?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
No,
though?
I understand.
They're like
Try to be like, and now we're gonna charge an arm and a leg for it, and we're elevating
we're gonna make
and
it
it's, like, fancy
European,
and blah, 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 blah.
and I'm like, okay.
You can trace that all the way back to lobster and oysters.
I mean,
This
you
used
can
to
trace
be a
that
dock worker.
to anything. I'm just like, relax on Europe. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
sorry, like, I'm sorry. Europe is not doing anything that Black Americans in the South are not doing. Sorry.
Fair.
That's my take. And people will come for me because they'll be like, but what about your, and I'm like, listen, it's all great. I just don't think it should be considered more.
Right.
You know?
Like, why is this so much better than that?
Why is polenta fancy, but
And
grits
are
bad? We look down on grits.
Waffle House, yeah.
Yeah. I'll get off my soapbox.
What?
Okay, this is wow. And we're finishing with the one we had before that we didn't like.
Oh, no. R.I.P. Jordan.
I choked on my spit. It's white cheddar mac and cheese with bacon. We already have this. Let's give it another
Let's try it again. There is more bacon in this one than the other one, I will say.
I also feel like it's more full than the last one I saw.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, it feels that way too.
This one feels the most full out of all of them.
It feels very plentiful. It's got that good pasta, the gemelli.
It also is maybe the highest in calories, which if that's something that matters to you. Ow. I slapped my thumb with a really hot noodle. It's really hot, Justine. Are you okay? It's
I'm
very
fine.
hot. Okay.
Mouth of steel.
Well, that always freaks me out. You know how stuff is like,
No, I fully burnt my tongue once because Gwen had just like ate something and I was like, oh, it was like pizza. And I was like, I guess it must be okay. And then I took a bite and then I couldn't taste for a full week. I had like actual 3rd-degree burns in the top of my mouth. It was wild.
that's so scary. I'm thinking about how when like just now I slapped my finger with a noodle and it like hurt my finger.
Yeah.
But if I put it in my mouth, it would probably be fine.
It'd be okay.
Like, why is my mouth stronger than my finger?
Because
Because,
saliva wet.
but my hand is like touching everything in the earth
But it doesn't
You know?
have that layer of protective saliva.
of moistness.
You gotta get wet before you touch things.
This tastes so much better than the last time we had it.
Did we just like leave it out too long or something?
I don't think so.
I'm still not gonna go crazy for it. I think the hype that was
No.
built up behind it, everybody was like, oh my god, it's amazing. It's still not like amazing, but like honestly, if I was served at a fast casual kind of spot, I'd be like, this is great. Yum.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
saying that's
really saucy, which I like.
it's very saucy. And again, there's way more bacon, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like I've said that a billion times.
Everyone makes fun of me because I'll say, that being said,
Being said, I write that
you
too.
knew it.
The pasta in this one is actually softer than the pasta in the other ones. And that's not to say it's bad. It's still pretty good for a microwavable pasta. It's just not as like wow as the other ones.
But
I like how tangy that sauce is though. Very tangy cheddar.
that being said,
That being said,
wouldn't you argue that like macaroni and cheese pasta is a little softer
You're right.
than like an Italian
because it's
pasta?
cooking in its bechamel or whatever. Yeah.
You know, like I think of the pasta in like fettuccine alfredo to be a little more al dente than like a mac and cheese.
I think you're right.
But I don't know.
Okay.
I feel so full of sodium.
Can the rest of this video just be us napping?
I know. I'm like, let's do a water taste test next because I
I've
feel.
like chugged most of this.
I know. I had a bunch of Fresca.
Okay, which one? We're gonna do the full ranking on the site. I know everybody is gonna complain or whatever, but we'll say let's say our top and our least.
Okay.
Least is easy, I think.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. This one.
Oh.
Or well, the breakfast
Either one. The
ones.
breakfast
Yeah.
ones. I think there is usefulness in this one in terms of again just slopping it
Sure,
into
sure,
a
sure.
tortilla.
Yeah.
But yes, I think they could practically
like-
be tied on the bottom.
Yeah, we wouldn't buy them. I also didn't try the steak from this one.
It tastes like corned beef hash or steak, but it's like it's which is to say not steak.
Yeah. You know, I'm like not really a red meat eater in general.
You shouldn't break that for this.
Yeah, and I'll eat it. I think I'm good with like processed meats, like the White Castle sliders or something, where I'm like, this just tastes like, this is just yum. It's not, you know, but like
It's not trying to be like, look, I'm meat.
chunks of steak. I'm like, I would have had it if you had been like, it's delicious, but you tried it and you didn't like it, and I was like, I think that's a fair enough assessment.
I think so too.
Favorite? 3, 2, 1. This
Yeah!
one. Yeah, 100%.
No, it's so good.
You saw me. I went back and had some more later. It's
know.
really flavorful.
It's really, really yummy. They
Yeah.
did a good job.
But overall, I'm impressed with the Devour meals.
Yep.
I will say y'all were right. Thank you for yelling at us to try these. You can drop in the chat if there's anything else. I would say drop in the chat.
Drop in the chat.
I mean,
You
like,
can-
leave a comment.
You can text us.
Yeah. We should honestly get like a Sporked like Google.
We have a Sporked Google
Phone?
number.
Okay.
If you go on our website and click contact, you can absolutely leave us Google voicemails and it'll send me an email transcript of it and I'll look at it.
That's really funny. But if you do it, just make sure it's like funny and cool
Don't
or
be creepy.
really sweet compliments.
If you would like to just call up and just tell us how nice our eyes look,
Yes. Or be like, that recent video was so funny. You two are oozing with charisma. Like those kind of phone calls.
That's nice.
Definitely
You
call
get a
and
lot
leave
of
those.
those kind of phone calls?
Yeah, I'm always getting those kind of phone calls.
Mom.
Yeah, it's Ralph's telling me that my Lexapro is ready for pickup, and then those calls. Cool. Well, tell us in the comments if there's anything else you want to see us try, especially frozen meals. We're on a real frozen meal kick right now. Like, comment, subscribe, and go to sporked.com.
Use us in the grocery store when you're wondering what to buy. We've probably ranked it, and we probably have very strong opinions.
Yeah, and sign up for our mailing list.
Yes, we have a bi-weekly newsletter. It's pretty good. Also, we've got merch. Buy this hat. Buy other hats.
You
buy
honestly
tote bags.
probably right below this, there's probably a link to buy it. They're actually really cute. And don't look at my bangs. It says Sporked on the back. It's cute. It's like branding without it being too branded. I don't know. I like it. I've been wearing it all the time.
It's a good hat.
Okay.
I guess we're gonna eat the rest of these.
Love you. Bye.